AskReddit by that random guy 111. If every man suddenly disappeared, what would happen to the world? Subaru stock. If all the men disappeared, I'd collect a bunch of discount sports cars and go zoom. To honor our departed brothers and whatnot. Less people dying of testicular and prostate cancer. We did it, guys. You joke, but back in the 70s and 80s there were billboards that would say cancer cures smoking. A bit controversial, but I remember being shocked even as a kid. I didn't understand it and my dad explained it, because if you smoke too much you get cancer and then you die and then you're no longer smoking. Freaked me out because both my parents smoked. Thanks to cryobanks, we'd likely see more men reappear within a decade. Boys. The Taliban probably wouldn't be as much of a problem. I also got to think lines to the bathroom were cut in half, yet still somehow be backed up at least 3 women deep into the hallway. Question is, where are we going to? Is it a new planet? Or are we just dying? Just a rapture type of thing? And X200B. God, my sons, you have suffered enough. Come to the after. BBQ is on. Beers are in the eternal fridge. Surf's good. And we have just finished mowing the golf courses. You should read Why, The Last Man. I can't really think up any hypothetical scenarios that aren't covered in that story. Well said, but make sure to read it, not watch the TV series that was cancelled before first season finished airing. Deleted. Not many men 50 Cent. It will become no man land. Our dad jokes. A fair bit of lesbianism. Moderate to severe lesbianism. Sort by controversial if you hate yourself. I like to read it on recent. I want my chaos to come randomly and unexpected. Toilet seats would stay down. They would basically be sealed to the bowl, no need to lift them ever, and no space between the seat and the bowl, so no need to clean. A lot of people would be real sad when their dad, brother, husband, friend died. Not died, just disappeared. They all became invisible. Approximately half of the vehicles on the road would suddenly crash. Big urinal on suicide watch. Axe needs a new marketing strategy to target the female market. Sperm banks will need armed security. My mother would miss me very much. Axe is the same company as Dove. They've already got both sides of the market covered. Considering that would be more than half the population, I think they would be a very high demand for essential worker jobs. 98% of crew on cargo ships are men, so you could basically wave goodbye to the global supply chain. The sex toy industry would be lit. And lesbians would have a ball, not literally. The sperm banks would be on lockdown and there would be federal initiatives to compensate young, healthy women for pregnancies. The males would be given preferential status to ensure they are protected or do not die out. Killing any male would be met with capital punishment. Those men would grow up incredibly privileged and entitled, and it would cause a huge societal black hole. Or it would become like The Handmaid's Tale but for men. Condom industry would disappear. Dildo industry on top. Where do the men disappear to? As a man, I would like to know. We go back from whence we came, the sea. I don't know what the world would be like. I just know I would be very, very sad because my husband would be gone. Username surprisingly doesn't check out. It will be full of women. There was a book about this, The Disappearance by Philip Wiley, except it happened both ways. All the men disappeared on one Earth, and on a duplicate Earth all the women disappeared. I've read the first few chapters, but it's sitting in my books in progress pile. The next generation of men from the sperm banks are going to be living a very happy life. You missed that episode of Sliders, D. What's up with all these threads trying to pit the sexes against each other? We needed something after Emperor Honorius banned gladiatorial combat. Life finds a way. Energy use will skyrocket as kids now have unchecked access to thermostats. So many car accidents caused by kids turning on the overhead light in the car at night. And lo, the gas station hearkened them home, and said unto the men, "The smokes you need are within me, come and gather." And the men did, forever to be lost in the limbo that is. He went out for a pack of cigarettes 20 years ago and got lost on the way home. The Book of Nicotine, 7-Eleven. There would be no men, probably. Same thing as what would happen if we disappeared every woman in the world. Civilization would collapse within a few months. If you removed a random sample of 50% of the population, it would be bad enough. 100% of either sex would be worse due to the concentration of essential specialists working in fields dominated by one sex or the other. Well, there are interesting specifics for each gender. If all the women disappear, there would be a lot of babies dying. We create formula but not enough to sustain all the boy babies in the world, and we definitely wouldn't be able to produce enough in the time period necessary. The OnlyFans economy will crumble. My advice is to not sort by controversial. Forgot about that. I kinda want to do it now.